have you ever thought of any platform which gives you educational services, consultation services in psychological department? Or if nothing like this, have you ever thought about why you're going to that another episode of Mood Swings? If yes, like, could you raise your hands? Like, I guess I'll have to raise mine too, because every time, like, why am I feeling this? Why to me? So this is who we are. Our mission is to educate and spread awareness about the weightage that mental health and psychological disorders hold. Our vision is to connect people to experienced professionals in the field of psychology for consultation requirements. And this is what you are without Psychin. The problem is, how many people out there have you heard saying, I'm depressed, I have my exams, shit. But do they really know what depression is? They feel like they're traumatized, but do they really know what PTSD is? What phobia is? There's lack of awareness about these mental health and its coping mechanisms, which is related to the psychological field. And there is difficulties in finding the right therapist and dealing with the stereotypes related to it, right? So our offering,
Psychin operates through three verticals, which is the consultation vertical, the customer service vertical, and the computation vertical. Basically, Psychin is a semi-social web-based platform that provides data analysis, content hosting, and service aggregation solutions.
Now, this is how the user journey goes, right? You analyze the feeling of discomfort, you observe some changes in your behavior. You go through one platform, that's Google, and Google being Google, it is going to give you so many stuff out there that you're going to be confused. You're going to ask around, and then relatives being relatives, they're going to give you stuff that you don't really want to listen. And even after going through this entire user journey, if not satisfied with the entire therapy that you got, you need to repeat the entire process. And this is how exactly we'll be, isn't it? Well, me at least.
So for the customer profile, what we've done is we evaluated the problems of today's time. So mental health has gained utmost importance in today's time. And we've evaluated all the problems like getting the right therapist, coming over the stereotype that if I go to a therapist, then I'll be called mentally ill. And we have also evaluated all the platforms that are available in the market, but what they're not providing. And Psychin is an app that provides all the services that are not there on these other apps, such as it will filter the information, it will provide easy user-friendly bookings, consultation services, camps, and podcasts, and everything else.
This is how the app, the user flow would look like, the splash screen, the quick question. Now, there's one point that we need to focus on, that is the FAQs that would be asking to collect user-generated data would not invade the privacy of our customers. The homepage, then this next screen, the recommendations, where we would filter out the requirements using the AI. Then comes doctor's profile, appointment schedule, confirmation, paywall, and screen turn is actually my favorite because we need to go back to home and go through our blogs as well. And the tech we integrate are primarily data tracking, Python, cloud computing, and AI. Around 30 to 40% of adults are prone to visit a psychologist post-pandemic due to different reasons, which all the more gives us a reason to come up with Psychin. The MVP is going to be a website. We're going to start off by collecting our data, and our R&D is going to start off from a website. And we would be showing you like the prototype of our website at the end of the pitch.
So our main revenue model will be the commission we receive from the doctors that we have suggested on our website, promotional ads, and the premium model would include filtered information about all the psychological topics and also podcasts from people who've been through that journey. And this money, the profits, will be used to maintain costs such as the operational cost, the maintenance of the app, and paid endorsements.
These are the initial costs and long-term costs that would look like. And I guess Shaunak could take over the rest.
These are verticals. Again, if you have any questions, I'll answer them.
What makes us different is, let me just put in one sentence, we provide both education and consultation. And if we compare it to the competitors over here, where we try to note it down in a perception map, there are so many apps out there which are adhering to specific services. There are online services, cost-effective, offline, they're informative, helpful, and fun. But Psychin is all of it together. We come in all of these fields, and that is what our USP is. This is our website. This is how it would look like. This is the about page. everywhere we'll be having the clickable stuff that they need to subscribe and also consultation. That visit from our end, we are open to questions.
You said that you will collect data from your customers and you will analyze the data and then properly prescribe, and it is sort of a matchmaking thing where you will prescribe a suitable consultant to the customer, right? Now my question is similar to dating, like mental health is also a subjective matter, right? Like you cannot put on points, you cannot objectify it, you cannot make a list of 10 questions and depending on the answers from 0 to 10 basically quantify or bucket the customer into a certain behavior. Like everyone is different, everyone has a different needs. So how are you going to tackle this problem in these kind of scenarios, whether it is dating or matchmaking or something like this? They do face this problem. Even established startups, established companies do face this problem.
This is very different from what you've brought comparison to, because when it comes to psychology and just general mental well-being, there are a lot of objective parameters. So even though we can't explicitly ask the questions, the customer's usage of the app and what the customer has gone through all come together and they give us a lot of data. And part of our computation vertical is to actually communicate to doctors how they can assist their patients better. So we are doing that analysis already with doctors. So that is going to be developed with the assistance of psychologists and counselors and therapists. So after that, we're just applying that into our app. So it's just an extension of the computation vertical.
Good to hear that. What stood out to me was that you mentioned your startup as three verticals. I think that was consultation, data, and content and community. I'd like to ask, which one of these would you be prioritizing on to enter into the market? And how do you plan on making that your stronghold?
So actually, we started off with Psychin. Like I personally came up with the idea of Psychin with the prime perspective, spreading awareness. So content is our prime factor, where that was the main reason why we started Psychin. But if we're talking about where we're going to get most of our profits from, that is consultation. All of the customers would have to buy the premium version again to get access to the podcasts and everything. So if they are interested in the consultation, so that is where we get our profits from. So the main reason why we started Psychin was the content that we provide, and the profits are going to come from consultation.
So, content and consultation makes sense. So could you maybe explain some more about how the data analysis part fits into content management? And also what metrics will you be using? What are the quantities that you'll be judging or you'll be monitoring to get the data that is actually useful for you to improve your product?
So as you can see here, our computation isn't just data analysis. What we're doing is we will look at our content vertical, we'll be getting information from there, and then we'll be assessing our clients. Our clients are both customers and doctors. So doctors in terms of helping them assess patients better. So that's how we'll start. We'll find out what doctors actually use to assess patients. Then we'll build that into our computation model. Then we'll invite academic researchers and statisticians to actually find out what's relevant and what's useful in research. And then we'll apply those findings into our final model for customers.
The algorithm can judge how many searches are made for a particular topic. And according to that, the number of topics that get the most searches, we can have consultation services divided according to which therapist is providing them specific to that field. So it would be easier for them to filter out the doctor specific to their needs.
I just have a small note for you. Never skip the business model slides. Okay.
Thanks a lot, guys. Psychin, I think it's a great idea, and you're solving a very important problem that a lot of startups haven't figured out yet. I'm pretty sure that if you get down to the nitty-gritty of it, you'll end up with something that can change the way we perceive mental health. You'll also be making a effective social business. So greatness on both ends, I'd say.
In this competitive world, every person wants to show his or her ability and want to get on the peak. But the problem comes when he finds it difficult and inexperienced to do so. That's what we came into picture, Ngati. We would create a CV from scratch, which would be eliminating the poor grammatical errors, poor formatting, and inappropriate information. All you need to do is to fill out your profile and the CV is ready for you. Our app comes in 3 modes. The first one is the premium mode. In this, you just have to fill out your profile and the CV is ready for you. The second one is the premium mode. In this, the app would identify the skills which are lacking in your CV according to the job or college you have applied for. The third one is the ultra premium mode. In this, the app would suggest you the best way through which you can opt the skill which is lacking in your CV and would also provide you one-on-one expert guidance. On the other hand, company to find it difficult and time consuming to select the right person with the skills and knowledge for the vacant position. So we would tie up with the company by selling them our packages. What will happen is when a person with the right amount of skills and knowledge would make his CV on our app, we would suggest that person that this company would be very interested in and there is a high chance of getting hired in it. So in this way, we could create a relationship with both the ends. Our app has many numerous templates which would attract out the recruiter, and our app makes CV in such a way that it would highlight all the crucial information and creates an impact on the recruiter. Our main target audience are the people who are currently college freshers or college dropouts because this is very new to them. They don't know what they need to do, and there's an element of inexperience there. This is our customer relationship. The key activities, key resources, our key partners, our variable and fixed cost. How would we convert the fixed cost into variable cost? Our main competitors, our business model canvas. Thank you.
Is there any particular need for this merchandise or just put it there because it looks fancy?
I have to show that what would the app look like in the laptop and the phone, and the merchandise complimentary only.
My question was just you skipped through these slides and I wanted to know what was the USP. Is there anything which you are doing uniquely? Because Grammarly and like Canva, they are very well established companies and they have penetrated well into the market.
In Grammarly and Canva, we have to make our CV first and they will then edit it. But in ours, we have to just fill out the form, just like we have to give the name, contact details, and our job experiences, knowledge, and skills. And our app would make the whole CV. You just don't need to do anything. And we search out the skills which are lacking in the CV according to the job or the college you have applied for.
How are you thinking of penetrating this market with these big competitors?
We would launch the app. There would be some advertising. Short customer would be reached to us because this is a major problem and a lot of people would face it.
You mentioned that you'll be onboarding companies which are hiring candidates, and that you will also be showing them the perfect candidate based on the skill set you've identified. So how are you going to do that? And why should the company approach you? I mean, companies have a dedicated hiring team, a dedicated rapport with placement teams and other HR organizations, in which the HR organization specifically caters to the company's needs, you know. So they already have a good deal with a good HR company. So what are you providing them specially that the company has to listen to you?
We are providing them the employees which were not currently going for them, which are very efficient. And we would approach to a company, we would sell them packages, and we would verify all the things he have said to us.
Good morning, one and all present here. So today we are going to introduce to you our project, our product, the Quick Bites, which has a tagline bringing you mobile food in a mobile. So we all have ordered food online through the platforms like Swiggy, Zomato, and but we all have experienced waiting a long time for food and receiving in cold. So from here, I just remember of a story that like on a normal day, if I just order food from the very famous brand like Swiggy, Zomato, but we receive food very late. And indeed, after waiting for 30 minutes, 45 minutes long period of time, we receive such cold food. And some peoples in the cities are still like they are very concerned of their health. They even are not sure whether the food was made with proper hygiene or whether the food is made fresh or not. So these are the problems, and Quick Bites has come to and rescue help. So our business would be having our own vans, which will be sent to our customers' doorstep within no time. The vans could be tracked from a very own app. The food will be prepared in front of customers after reaching their residence, and they can check on the hygiene and the freshness of the food.
Our revenue streams are the advertising we do on our app, the app traffic, selling our own booklets, providing schemes on particular days, and establishing new food trucks. Our key activities are hiring employees, maintaining our trucks, and investing in the equipment used for cooking. Key resources. Our physical resources are the trucks, equipment, and the office where the employees work. Our intangible resources are the licensing of food for items of famous brands and restaurants. Our human resources are the employees, and our financial resources are our investors and the stocks of our company. Our key partners are food truck companies, equipment companies, designing companies, advertising agencies, and famous food brands.
So here comes the most important part of a business, the competitors. As you all must have seen or got to know by the time that we would be functioning in the food service. And there are many food brands already in this market, like Swiggy, Zomato, Uber Eats, and many more. But how are we going to outstand in this market? Like we would be giving the food or we will be delivering the food within no time to our customers. The food will be delivered hot, fresh, and the customers can even check on the hygiene as well. And one most important thing for the lavish house parties, it's the most important thing, which only in the parties, like we order food online, but it's like we cannot show off. That's all. And on the other side, the other brands, we cannot check on the hygiene. Food is delivered late and it is cold as well. Let's move to the business model canvas. The key partners, the key activities, key sources, value proposition, the customer relationships. One most important thing here is that our business will be totally based upon the transactional basis. This is the second part of the business model canvas, which contains this customer segment, the channels, the cost structures, revenue streams. This much was our project, and thank you so much for being patiently waiting and patient participants. And thank you so much. Have a nice.
First question to you is, when you said that you will be able to deliver food in no time, can you have an objective definition of no time? Like, what do you mean by no time? Is it under 10 minutes delivery? Is it under 20 minutes delivery?
When we order food from the websites like Swiggy and Zomato, it like takes 30 to 45 minutes approx. But our company will be delivering food within like less time from that, like within 20 minutes or 25 minutes, because we would be having a large channel of vans in the country. First, we'll be like moving from states and then to the country. So like we will be having very nice channels, distributed channels for it. And these vans will be moving from these channels to the residence of the customers and preparing the food in front of them.
Normal Swiggy and Zomato, they'll have first, we'll send the order, then the order will go to the driver, then driver will go to a restaurant. From the restaurant, once the food is ready, they'll again come to your residence. Our thing, we'll have many trucks around the area. So once you give the order will go to a truck, and the truck will immediately go to your residence, and then they will cook the food there and immediately give it to you. The food will be cooked in the trucks. The truck won't need to go to a restaurant. The food will be cooked in the trucks.
Like we have a system of food trucks. That's what is that. The moving trucks will be moved to the customer residence, and then they will be cooking food there.
Established players like Zomato, Swiggy, or any other food delivery app you consider, a kitchen offers some certain advantages. It's a fixed place. You pay a one-time cost for it, and you just cook the food, and you have multiple delivery men ready, probably on bikes, cheaper than a truck, and you can send out multiple deliveries with ease. So I want you to compare, the number of deliveries one bike does versus the number of deliveries one truck can do. Because if I have a kitchen and a network of bikes ready, then I can send out 10 deliveries in the time a truck takes to do one delivery. So have you identified this mismatch, and is there any explanation for that?
In Zomato, if you want to make 100 concurrent, like if you want your company to have 100 concurrent orders, you will need 100 vans. But if you have a kitchen, you can have 100 concurrent orders in let's say, span of 2 hours. In our opinion, you are just building up the inventory, which is not as efficient as the current model in which other companies are working on. Do you have an explanation for that?
As I have already mentioned there, like it would be best for the house parties and normal fooding like as well in the parties or birthday parties. I agree with the question which says that that bikes would be more efficient in delivering more food within no time, but the hygiene check can be done and as in the kitchen that cannot be like, checked like by the customers.
If you say that your solution is for, let's say, an event kind of thing where usually there are more orders like in a house party or in some other event, then there are many, I would say, high end or low end or mid end, depending on your taste. There are many catering services who come with their own equipments and everything, and they cook food for you at your place. How is this different from them?
In being modern, like these days, house partying is quite like old, or like we don't consider themselves because it costs a lot there. And but in the food trucks, you can just click on an app and just order food and select the cuisine which you want. That's all, and it will be there within no time, and you can enjoy the fresh food there as well.
Thanks a lot, Pranav. It was a great pitch, and
Thank you.
all I'd say is, try to work on more of the groundwork. Try to talk to a restaurant maybe and understand how the order flow works, and I think
Also-
that'll help you refine your idea as well.
Also, try to identify who is your most desperate customer. You should have a very good idea about who is your most desperate customer, so that you can know, okay, this thing works here, then this thing might also span out in my other customer segments. I think this idea has a good potential in our what do we say, millennial Gen Z markets. Yeah, it does require some testing. Yeah, this is just a hypothesis, right? It needs to be validated. Overall, a good pitch. Thank you very much, guys.
Hi, I'm Radyansh.
And hi, I'm Sudha. Today, we are going to pitch our product, Hippos Mocktails. Our startup is based on the problem of mocktails not being readily available. Mocktails are a desirable drink amongst teenagers, giving them an exotic taste despite not having alcohol. Mocktails are only available at private catering events and expensive five-star restaurants. A virgin mojito, for example, starts at a minimum of ₹300 at a non-five-star restaurant.
Our product revolves around online and retail sale of packaged mocktails worth ₹80 each, available in most stores throughout India. We aim to sell 2,000 units in the first month, making a profit of approximately ₹56,000. We also have a self-prepare add-on as a part of our product in which we provide instructions on how to add the ingredients to make the mocktail better looking and tasty.
However, even the non-enhanced mocktail will also taste good.
The shelf life of a product is estimated to be 1 month, which is ample time for delivery and storage. We would like to end by stressing on the fact that there are many packaging plants globally. However, our product is unique with a fresh market, and we are confident it will sell well. Instead of using these plastic bottles, we can use these reusable glass bottles. Now let's move on to the business proposal.
No mocktails. There are little to no options for mocktails as a packaged drink. No non-alcoholic drinks. There is a small variety of drinks for non-alcoholics at parties. Lack of flavors. Most packaged products are only available in grocery stores or online with expensive shipping.
2. The product. What is our product? If we go in depth, our mocktails will bring a new drink to the market. It's a drink that you've never seen or tasted before. We have a wide variety of flavors, starting from a simple virgin mojito to almost any flavor you could imagine. This is the customer profile of our value proposition, where we have the pains, gains, and customer jobs. This is the value map of a value proposition, where we have the products and services, the gain creators, and the pain relievers. This is the results we got from the survey of what flavors the teens and non-alcoholics would like to see, which are our main target audience.
Number 3, customer channels. We mainly focus on direct channels. Number 4, the competition. The major competition, mocktails.com and the Mocktail Company. Both companies are selling mocktails at extremely high price with generic packaging. We plan on making fresh mocktails at relatively cheap price, having interesting packaging and a unique taste. This separates us from the competition as we will be producing an interesting beverage at a cheap price.
Number 5, the business model and costs. This is our revenue stream. Our main income will come from selling the product, and this income will mostly be spent on warehouse rent, advertising the product, buying the ingredients required to create the product, hosting apps and websites, the raw materials of packaging, and the delivery. This is our cost structure consisting of fixed costs, variable costs, and price per unit. In our fixed costs, we have worker fee, electricity, water, and the cost of mixture. In the variable costs, we have soda, fruits, leaves, which will come down to 19,500, but we can bargain it down to 16,000, and extra 15,000 for glass bottle. For the price per unit, our total cost would be 1,03,200 rupees for creating 2,000 units. The cost per unit would be 51 rupees to create one, and the selling price would be 80 rupees, meaning the profit created would be 56,300 per month. Thank you.
First of all, I would like to point out that you tried to make a user profile and we really liked it. You also conducted user research. I just had a couple of questions about that survey. Like, what was the audience of the survey? Like, who took it?
Teenagers and also non-alcoholics.
The reason I asked that question was the data like normalized or differentiated on the basis of demographics or let's say purchasing capacity or location or anything? Like, did you try to see this particular mocktail flavor is more popular in a certain class of teenagers, or this particular flavor is preferred more by this other class of teenagers?
We mainly just sent it out as a general survey, and the questions were just a simple flavor, what you would like to see. So we didn't go that in detail.
Also, when you mentioned that one of your cost segment was delivery, why don't you just list your product on a existing platform where delivery will be handled by some experienced personnel? Put your product on Dunzo, Zomato, anywhere, like even on Flipkart and Amazon.
So we have our direct channels which will come through all of this, and then that is just for the website. So in case we are not going to have a future website, basically we'll be getting our profit and revenue from all the direct channels, which will be selling on Instagram and selling on other online websites as you.
I really like the part about how you focused on the user. That's something even experienced product managers struggle to do sometimes. And good that maybe the next step should be you trying to talk to them. One question I have is, you mentioned that you'll be trying to include new packaging, innovative packaging. That seems like an added cost to me. Producing some standardized packaging at a mass scale will be cheaper for the brand. And if you want to enter a new market, I understand that you'll need a new look, a fresh look, and that's why you're going for packaging. But that is an added cost. And you mentioned that your main USP will be that you'll be cheaper than existing competitors. So how are you going to, these two sound like contrasting things to me: increasing cost and increase packaging cost and being a cheap brand. Any ideas about that?
Like we showed in the presentation, the major competition is that they're selling it at extremely high prices. Like some go up to 1,000 rupees per bottle. So in that way, we are like drastically cutting down the cost down to 80 to 120 rupees. The fancy glass bottles will just be a small addition, and that's why the mocktails also cost a bit more.
And so, you mentioned a figure of 80 and above rupees. Is this something you planned it out after speaking to the dealers and the manufacturers, or is this a guesstimate you've made?
It's
an
an estimate.
We researched basic market prices, and based on that, we created that data.
Regarding the price, it can be a bit higher. You can go with the user reviews, and you can have some added cost, and you can also have a good advertising if you just try to increase your price. This is kind of a premium product. Not many people in tier 2 or tier 3 cities will like to buy any mocktails. Yeah, you can have a higher price.
Thank you for that.
Today we'll be presenting a business idea, Ola Medical.
Most of the teens suffer from depression, but only 30% are treated. Many are not able to confide within their parents and they take wrong decisions. They are scared of being judged, and this is the problem of Indian society. Most of the people lose their loved ones or themselves by not getting proper treatment or proper rooms on time. Here's the solution.
Introducing Ola Medical, the best place for your mental health. You can schedule appointments with certified professionals and freely discuss your challenges. The first session will be free, after which a fee will be applied for each session. Free users can still chat with the program AI if they need someone to open up. Another feature we have included is access to hospital information regarding vacancy, cost of rooms, doctors present, etc.
We have a lot of competitors like the Dogs app, Tata Health, SafeSpace, and Decon. We are different, we are unique. Because we specialize in psychology, we provide the hospital information as well as the ability to schedule the doctor's visit. We also allow customers to order medicines from our app. This is the bonus that we provide. Loyalty bonus. After being a premium customer for 1 year, we'll give you 7 free deliveries on medicine with no time limit and 10% cashback on the next term plan you buy. For the regular customers, we have 5 free deliveries on medicine for the time limit of 1 month. But you'll have to stay connected with us for 3 months and take 5 or more consultancies. But they offer 25% off, free consultation to any doctor, and cake for premium customers from Ola Medical.
And this is a business model canvas. Our key partners will be the specialist hospitals and pharmacies working with us, and also courier company, for example, Blue Dart. Our key activities will be providing online therapy sessions, medicines, and information to hospitals. And a key resource and channel will be the mobile app itself. Revenue streams will be subscriptions from the premium users, donations, and revenue from ads and Play Store. And our cost structure will be marketing, logistics, app development, and salaries. Customer segment will be anyone who is suffering from mental health issues and any person who wants data of a certain hospital. And our relationships with the customer is co-creation and long-term.
Let's take a look at Mark. Mark sees a YouTube ad for Ola Medical. Mark downloads the app from Play Store, also available on App Store. Mark attends the free sessions. Mark then becomes a part of the in-app community. A few days later, Mark has a medical emergency. Mark buys the hospital info expansion and finds a suitable hospital. The doctor prescribes Mark some medicines, but the problem is he lives far away from the pharmacy. Mark then buys the medicine delivery subscription.
On his birthday, Mark receives a cake from Ola Medical. Due to pressure at work, he gets bouts of depression and buys a 4-month subscription for therapy sessions. After 1 year as a premium member, he becomes eligible for loyalty bonuses. He then shares the app with his friends. He also takes part in many events and he is regularly checked in on by the team with friendly messages. And whenever he feels anxious or sad, he can always talk with Tanya, a smart chat here.
The reason we made this app was because I lost one of my best friend because he had depression. I couldn't confide to his parents. His parents were really unhappy. And I don't want any Indian or Indian parents to lose a friend like him or a parent to lose a child like him. He was just scared of being judged or being put into a cover that he's specially able just because of his mental illness. We want to change the mindset of people, the mindset of parents, and make India a better place to live. Thank you so much.
Great pitch, Ola Medical. So, I just have a simple question. What would you define as your USP, something that makes you stand out from the existing ones in the market, or just another directory of hospitals and information?
As I mentioned, we have a lot of competitions, but as we specialize in psychology and hospital information, for example, you have a problem, you go to a hospital and then find the hospital doesn't have any vacant rooms. Till the time you reach any other hospital, the situation can get worse. Or nowadays, the children are finding it really tough to communicate it to parents because they feel there's a generation gap. We are going to connect you with psychiatrist and therapist. You can freely discuss your problem there, and that will make you comfortable.
Our app also has a feature of medicine delivery. So any medicine that the psychiatrist or the doctor prescribes to you, you can just order directly from our app.
What do you have in mind? Are you planning to exclusively deliver those medicines from the hospital, or will you be identifying other sources where you can cut costs and maybe make faster deliveries? If you're going with the second option, why does the hospital still tie up with you? Because when you say that I'll be getting medicine from another competitor, the hospital would consider it as a loss of revenue for them, and he'd prefer if the patient bought the customer from their hospital, right?
So basically, hospitals would tie up because even we are paying commission to the hospitals. And the second thing is, of course, they will get the patients and medicine. Yes, we are going to prescribe psychiatrists from special hospitals who are experienced. For example, I live in Karnataka, Mysore. So I tie up with the hospital living in Mysore. So we get a quicker delivery. For example, you live in Maharashtra, we tie up with a hospital there. And as per the medicine part, we are also paying some amount there because we are using their information and some important data. You can also book a room there with the medicine. So it actually won't cut the cost of the hospital.
Are you going to sell the medicine that the hospital gives you, or are you going with third parties?
Third parties.
Okay. And is the hospital fine with it?
Yes, most probably yes. Because first thing is psychiatrist medicines are not found like everywhere. Only specialized hospitals have that. So we giving it, wouldn't make that much of a loss for the hospitals.
You mentioned that you'll be also providing specialized psychiatrists to the patient, right? And how are you going to collect these specialized psychiatrists? Maybe are there independent counselors, or are you going to specifically take these from the hospital? And if this is a specialized psychiatrist, I'm assuming he works at a specialized hospital. So shouldn't the hospital already have equipment and facilities for enough medicines and treatment so that you don't have to go out?
Yes. So this platform is open for everyone, the independent psychiatrist and the psychiatrist working at hospital. It is psychiatrist's wish. For example, if he's really busy in the hospital, he may not take it. But if on weekends he's free, we have a payment plan where for 4 months you get 4 sessions per month. You can schedule, the doctor and the patient can together come and schedule whenever both of them are free. So it'll be convenient for both of them.
Good to hear you guys. Thanks for the pitch. And only maybe suggestion would be try to speak to, this. There's a lot of stakeholders involved in this, and all of them are sensitive aspects: the doctor, the patient, the hospital. Try to speak to all of them and understand what are their motivations in the existing model, so that you can identify better improvements.
Also, I would like to point out that your biggest customer will be Google Maps. If you just think about it, okay, the depression or any other mental disorder, there are rare cases where it constitutes an emergency. You do a consultation and then you are diagnosed with it, and there will be a certain treatment. In the due course of treatment, it might happen that an emergency occurs. But usually, I think the mental health issue is not an emergency. Right? Even if by searching a simple hospital on Google Maps or psychiatrist near me, I will be having that information. I can call them up, I can make an appointment, and also I can use their pharmacy. I'm not pointing out that your product is not worth it or is just another replacement of it. But if you think about it, then your Google Maps is the biggest competitor.
So what I feel is emergency is not only for the psychiatrist part. It is for any emergency. You have a heart attack. For example, you're a cancer patient. You really need a treatment. So you just go to our app, you call to, you give a call or you search, and you'll have the option of choosing your budget also and the specialized doctor in it. So you can reach to the hospital as soon as possible. And as I told you, go to one hospital and find there are no, for example, the doctor is on a leave or there are no vacant rooms. Till you reach to the other hospital, it can create a huge issue. So we will take care of all of that and help you get the best room for the best price. Thank you so much for your advice.
Technology is reaching every corner of our country, from cities to rural areas. We all are really very easy with the use of gadgets and electronics. But in this, my team member Arnav Java identified one problem, that there was not a single company that was offering service for repair of electronics, from headphones to large electronics like washing machine, AC. So basically, our idea is to provide door-to-door services for the repair of electronics, and we provide a wide variety.
Repairs of electrical appliances in India, most time-consuming service and not very good resolution. More than 10 crore of people waste their time going to the service stations, but they do not get proper resolutions. To solve this problem of over 10 crore people, we have introduced ServiKing. It helps customers save their time and get a safe and proper service by manufacturers trained technicians. We provide our services at a very affordable rate. So Sharks, let's get together and help people. Today our ask is for 75 lakhs for 3% of our company. So we are focusing on customers who want to save their precious time and need a safe repair by not going to the service stations in order to repair their electrical appliances.
So this is basically representing what value we are going to provide to the customer. The circle chart represents our gains and pains.
So this is a business model. So the cash inflow occurs through the medium of consumer fee in a company, and cash is spent on the maintenance of app platform, salary of technicians and the manufacturers. So here is our business model canvas. So our key partners are manufacturers and technicians. So key activities includes provide repair services for electronics at doorstep. So here is our types of costs: fixed cost, variable cost. Our fixed cost includes salary of employees, maintenance of software application, maintenance of vehicles. Variable cost for spare parts and fuel cost. One of our competitor is Urban Clap. So here is a difference, that what we give and what they don't give. So here are the packages. Package 1 includes headphones, earphones, watches, etc. So its inspection cost would be 225 rupees without taxes. And the second category includes laptops, tablets, mobile phones, etc. So its inspection cost is rupees 500 without taxes. And the third category is refrigerator, television, CCTV, security panels, etc. And its inspection cost is rupees 750 without taxes. So note, the above packages are excluding the repair cost. A feedback is very important for our company. We will be distributing this feedback form to help us improve our services. So, and we are constantly striving to provide excellent service, and your feedback is very important to us. Thank you and have a nice day.
Great to hear about this idea because I worked on a similar idea last year as part of my college project. Good to see a similar mindset here as well. But I had one simple question to start with. What I felt was a consumer of this kind of app seeks is he wants to save time in repairing, or he wants trusted person to repair his equipment, or he wants to save money. He doesn't want to buy a new phone and instead wants to get it repaired. So which one of these is your priority? Is it time, trust, or price?
Basically, trust.
So how are you promising the consumer that this is a trustworthy app and you won't be stealing any of the equipment you'll be taking, or you won't be replacing it with cheaper parts?
We will tie up with the manufacturers, phone manufacturers, like the consumer has Samsung mobile. We have tied up with Samsung manufacturer. So we will be using the same parts, same original parts, and we will like repair. It's a door-to-door service. So technicians will go to the doorstep and they will repair in front of them.
I also worked with Sahil on that project for a brief moment of time. And what we found was like, is there any person who is skilled enough to handle so many of electronics? Like, let's say like in a particular area, not many phones get broken or needs a repair even in same day, right? In a local shop, there will be hardly 1 or 2 phones in a week which needs to be repaired. Isn't there any demand supply mismatch here?
Sir, when we go to the local shops, they have not tied up with the manufacturers. They use the local parts. If we go to official Apple store, 15 to 20 mobiles goes for repair in just 1 day. If you go to the official service center, so we are also official because we are saving time of people, and we have tied up with the companies like Samsung, Apple, etc. They don't give door-to-door service, but we are providing them, and it's official. So like we are using the original parts, original equipments of Samsung, Apple, etc.
So yeah, one question is the average equipment you'll be dealing with is either a mobile phone or a laptop at best. And both of these, I think you can make money out of a laptop repair because laptops are expensive and all. But for example, we're talking about a mobile, say it costs some 15,000, 20,000, an average college student's mobile. What do you think are the costs you will be taking up to get it repaired? Because you'll be taking the phone from, say, I'm in IIT Guwahati. So our college is across a river, and say I'm using your app. So you'll have to cross the river. You'll have to take my phone. You'll have to go to the city, and then you'll have to go to the official merchandise place and then get it repaired there.
First, there would be the inspection round. So first we will go to your place for inspection first. I will do the inspection there, and next day in the morning, I will come with the parts needed to repair that. So I will not take your phone to the service center. The technician will come to your place, repair your device.
With this technician you mentioned, will this be an official technician from, say, Samsung or
No,
whatever
like
brand, or will it be a representative of your company?
we will hire the technicians. Like we will distribute into like categories. Like 5 technicians are for Samsung, 5 are from Apple. So they both will get a specific proper training of this repair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Simple question. So let's just wrap it up. You mentioned that you will be onboarding technicians and all. So just one question, that what are you promising to the company, say Samsung or Apple? You can reach new markets that they couldn't reach, and that too abiding with their rules and their cost. What is your unique selling point to them? Why should the company trust you?
Sir, there are many companies in India which are not able to give proper services. Like Apple is a foreign company, but they are not able to give the proper service right now. As I have faced this problem, that's why I'm establishing this company. We are reaching rural areas which everybody do not reach.
Thanks a lot for the pitch, and just work on the idea.
We are Feed Me, and we help people solving their problem of what to eat. Yeah, you heard it right, what to eat and how to make it by the help of our app, that is Feed Me. So are you guys also faced with questions like, what do you want to have for dinner, or khane mein kya khaoge by your mom? And then you just go into deep thinking, what should I answer? And you just say that this is my favorite dish, just make it. But what if the ingredients required to make that dish are not available at your home at that certain point of time? Then what would you do? Or suppose if your mom asks you again, what else would you like to, then you just say, then kuch bhi bana do. Then your mom is like, what kuch bhi? Tell me something specific. If you would just look the same from your mother's view, then she has to think a lot. She has to go to her kitchen, look at the inventory, what's available. Then she has to think what could be the best she could make, so to satisfy her children, to make them happy as well. So yeah, that's where our app Feed Me comes into the play, and it just stands up. So basically, it's an app where you can decide what to have for your lunch, dinner with the help of an AI. which will suggest you to what to make best items out of the inventory which you have, or if you have any vegetables missing, or if you like any of the ingredients like essence something, then you can just order it from Grofers or Big Basket, which are our business partners. Being an entrepreneur isn't an easy task. One has to go through a lot of sacrifices. So for that, we do have put some motivational quotes at the end, bottom of the every slide. So suppose if you are alone at home and want to eat something special, but you don't know how to make it, then you can just enter the dish that you want to eat, and our app will come up with recipes and the required ingredients, vegetable for making the same. If you don't have any of the ingredients, then you can just directly order by just selecting them, the quantity to be ordered through Grofers and Big Basket with just a couple of taps, and it will be delivered to you within a short time. Now, secondly, considering a person to be fitness freak, because in today's generation, everybody wants to be fit. Everyone is conscious towards their fitness. So our app has a special segment for those people who want a healthy and maintenance diet for them. We have a special feature in which you just have to enter your BMI, body mass index, and it will come up with a chart that will suggest what you should eat in that. Some of the other features like fastest delivery of goods and vegetables through Grofers and Big Basket. You can access to a voice assistant which will tell you about the recipe and how to make while making it. What are the problems which our app is solving? So these are like confused what to make for lunch, dinner, have no idea what vegetables, flavors, masalas are required for making your favorite dish. And the third one is fitness freak, which I already told above. Now, the solutions are as follows. It reduces the time and the effort to thinking what to make for lunch, dinner, no wastage of food items, and tasty recipes are there. And our special features that world's best recipes would be taught to the customers by the best chefs are out there in the world.
The value proposition canvas of a business. So the gains of our business gives us tasty recipes, no wastage of already owned food products, and an option to choose a level of difficulty of recipes. The customer jobs, which are customers, the step-by-step process of easy recipe, the good quality and trusted products, the pain which our company cures, the app cures, the energy usage of physically going to the store, the wastage of extra expired food materials, indecisiveness in choosing food. So basically, we generate income by the subscriptions of our app, and when our customers buy ingredients from the Big Basket and Grofers, which are our partners, Big Basket and Grofers will give us a commission. And as a company, when we generate revenue, when customers buy our packages that appear on our app for a certain amount of time. The expenses we incur are in improving the app, advertising through various platforms and televised ads, increasing the marketing budget, and to file for various patents, which helps to protect our technology. Revenue streams, the commission fee, the ad revenue, the subscription, and the data reselling. That's our revenue streams. This is our cost structure. B2B subscription provides multiple benefits, especially one-on-one learning with overseas shells, the voice assistant, your app will be ad-free, special offers and Grofers and Big Basket. Like, because it's a new app, various sites like Google and Safari can provide you with an idea for what you can make a breakfast, lunch, or dinner, but that's all basic. Nothing else will be provided. That's where our app reveals them. First of all, this idea is completely new. We didn't find any company following an idea similar to us. We just don't review just vegetables and groceries like other companies, but also sort out it automatically. Like, you don't need to go to search and the vegetables and all that will be done in your app and AI itself. You just have to enter your dish name and select the quantity and agree to it in a transactional process. And if you have any queries and judges want to give any suggestions, so please you can fill out the Google form below. Where we thank Harvey and Multiply Ventures for your wonderful support and helping out in accomplishing our future aspirations. Thank you.
Yeah, so my first question is, we already have grocery living startups like Blinkit and Dunzo. They do a pretty good job delivering groceries and everything like in 10-15 minutes. Okay, let's say that evolution of their product, they decide to just put in this feature. You just put in a recipe and then it will just deliver the groceries related to that recipe. In that scenario, how will your company survive?
So as of now, they haven't started anything like that. So that's where I think we should just take advantage of that, and we should start with that. Also with this advantage of like people can put in their groceries, what they want to make best out of it. The other feature is that we'll be partnering with Grofers and Big Basket. So that will also be an advantage for our app. That's where I think it could be one of the aspects where we can beat the companies which are named by you.
Like, we have applied for patents for our technology, and that patents will protect this is one feature. So they protect this feature. So the companies like Big Basket and Grofers, they won't be able to put this feature in their app.
Can you explain the patent part? Like, what is the patent? Which technology have you patented?
There's several features on our app, right? So first we have the where you put out your write the ingredients in your fridge and we tell out what you can make, then the recipes, then the chefs. So we have specifically patented each feature, the technology involved in each feature.
Well, the technology involved here, I think it is just simple logic, right? When you are trying to cook food for 4 people and you are trying to make this particular recipe, then it is quite a well-known thing that these quantities of groceries and everything is required. So I don't think there is a patent involved here.
I'm not saying about the recipe part. I'm talking about the part where you list out the ingredients on our app, and the app suggests you what you can make with the specific ingredient which you already listed out, the specific recipes which you can make.
What you can do is you can maybe patent the algorithm you use to decide a feature, but you can't patent a feature itself. For example, there's a search box in Google. There's also a search box in Firefox, but there's a certain algorithm behind each of them that only works on Google, and there's a different algorithm that only works on, say, Safari or some other search. So that's how the patent thing works. One thing I wanted to ask you was, how do you plan on making revenue? Because essentially you're solving probably a time issue is what stood out to me. How are you going to convince your users to pay for someone to tell them how to eat, what to eat?
We'll be having ads on our app, which will help us to generate revenue. Secondly, we'll also be providing a subscription in that a person who is enthusiastic towards cooking, who wants to learn more about it, more about what he likes, then we will just be hiring some special chefs who will be taking online sessions, and it will help them for the people to learn more about what they can eat. And the one more thing we will do is that data reselling. People will enter what they like, their likes and their dislikes. We'll be selling to the other companies to gain some money from there as well.
One last question. I think there was also mention of BMI and including that into your app. Any more idea about that?
Yeah, so BMI is basically just to gain a more information about a person. So BMI was specifically for a person who want to be fit. So our app will be just collecting their data, like what's their BMI, their name, details. So that was the main reason behind the BMI, and it will just calculate after a couple of months or whatever the chart, how long the chart will be. At the end, we'll just compare the difference. That is for the customer's benefit only.
Great, that's it from our end. Thanks for the pitch, guys.
Good afternoon, everyone present here. So today I, Manish Avasti, along with Arman Singh, is going to present before you Ranbook.
So startup Ranbook is about renting books for a specific period of time to our customers. Usually books cost around 400 to 500 rupees per unit, but we rent it for a price as low as 49 rupees. If one book costs around 500, then I don't think the people who read it on daily basis can afford so many of them. And if I talk about students preparing for competitive exams, their books cost around 1000 rupees per unit. The solution for this problem is Ranbooks. At our renting price, that is rupees 49, one can afford up to 10 books at the price they pay for one book. So where do we get our books from? We buy second-hand books in good conditions and then rent it. Books will be delivered right to on your doorstep. All you have to do is download our app from the Play Store or App Store, or visit our website and just search for your favorite book and place the order.
So we at Ranbook are solving two major problems. Problem number one, assume that you are an active reader. You finish 2 books every week. So will it be feasible for you to buy 8 books every month when an average book costs around 200 to 300 INR? Of course not. Problem 2. We all are aware that India has a massive youth population and more than 30 million students appear for competitive exams for Tier 2 and Tier 3 society, but are incapable of buying expensive study material. Now, how are you going to solve this problem? So problem of the readers can be easily eliminated if we rent those expensive books at a minimal cost of ₹49, then additional feature of home delivery. Same can be done with the exam prep book. We can rent them for long-term basis with an additional feature of home delivery. Now, this is our cash flow outline. The blue highlights revenue and yellow highlights expenditure. Sources of revenue would be renting, subscription, and author promotion, whereas expenditure would be logistics, maintaining app, updating stocks, and advertisement. Now, this data clearly shows that still, paperback books have dominance over ebooks, while audiobooks rarely have a market. So the communication channels used by Ranbook would be Google advertisements, billboards, newspapers, and Instagram, whereas the channel used for sales will be direct channel, meaning directly via our application. Whereas we'll initially, for delivery, we'll initially start with our own delivery services. But as we grow, we have planned to partner with logistic firm. Ranbook maintains a transactional, long-term, and core relationship. Transactional relationship is quite easily understandable. For long-term, we will provide readers with a community where they can chat amongst themselves That community would be accessible after first-hand purchase from the Ranbook, and that access would be available for lifelong. Whereas readers can apply for the book they wish to read, and we'll make it available within 48 hours. This way will maintain a core relationship too.
So this is a value proposition canvas. On the right, you can see our customer profile, which includes customer jobs, data, buying expensive books, reaching out bookstores during cold winters and hot summers, finding the best book in the store, the area, and finding out the availability of book in the store. And the pains include going to stores in unfavorable weathers and finding the books throughout the stores and spending a large sum even after knowing that you have to read that book only once. And the gains include you own the book forever and you are aware about the local market. So the services we are providing is renting books at cheap cost. We are providing study material at a very low price. And the pay and delivers we deliver are that you don't have to search for your book. You just have to search for the book on a chat or search bar option. You don't have to find a store to buy a book, and we deliver it to your doorstep, and then we take it back as well. And then game creators include that you connect with enthusiastic readers community, and you get your book delivered within 36 to 48 hours, and it is the most affordable study material. Capital will be spent for purchase of books, warehouse rent, payments of salaries to employees, fuel costs of deliveries, packaging of books, advertisements and promotions, and app site maintenance. So the fixed costs incurred will be warehouse rent, salaries of employees, and advertisements, whereas the variable cost would be purchase of books, fuel cost, and packaging and maintenance. So here are some ways in which we can reduce our cost, that is purchasing second-hand books instead of first-hand books, as second-hand books are much cheaper than first-hand, and then buying warehouses instead of renting them, as in long-term, renting warehouses can be much more expensive than buying. And then finding a key partner who will manage our delivery and packaging. So to conclude, here is our value proposition canvas. Judges can have a look at it and we'll solve the queries related to it.
Thanks for being a great audience. I would like to end by saying Ranbook makes reading convenient and affordable. Thank you. And at the end, I would like to inform judges that the app that we didn't mention any competition because there were just some minor competition earlier, but now in the market there are no existing competitors. They all back out from the market because they didn't have a refined business model.
One thing that stood out to me was you mentioned that you'll be creating a community at some point. What most companies do is they create a community first, gather a trust, build a strong user base, and then they promote their product.
We have already started with Instagram. Like we saw that these days there's a trend of posts like we can recommend the books to readers and readers interact on those posts. So we have started building that community. We have made some groups. We are adding enthusiastic readers there. And then we are making building a community. And then when users will start using our app, they'll purchase first-hand books. They'll get access to this community. Here, the readers can discuss the various books they read. Then they can purchase it. This way, it will help us also and the readers also.
Also, I had a doubt on your business model. When you said that you will also have a subscription model and then you will charge for the books they order.
We won't charge. We also I mentioned that we will for delivery, we'll of course charge some delivery charges. So if a person buys a premium model, we'll reduce delivery cost by 60%. So this way it will be beneficial for them also and for us also.
So your premium model only includes cost saving on delivery charges on the customer side.
And we can what Ranbook does is that they rent books on weekly basis. So if you are a premium user, we'll give you additional 2 days for keeping the book. And you can directly access the community. Rather than purchasing first-hand books, you can just purchase first 5 books and you have the community for lifelong access.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Aditya Lakhogia, the representative of Fingro at present. To start with, I would just like to say I did a survey regarding this idea, and I found out that out of 100%, 70% of the people studying in colleges, schools, and even aged people are financially illiterate. And when I Googled it, I found that only 24% people in India are financially literate, and over the world, 70% of the people are financially illiterate. So on the mission to solve this problem, this is our venture, Fingro. Now, the basic problem which people face is lack of financial literacy and minimal interest in learning financial concepts. All this is because of the courses which are offered in a very boring way, which are not at all interactive and gamified, because of which the student or the person learning the course loses the interest in it. Also, the news which is provided regarding finance is very speculative. There are ups and downs every now and then. Also, the personal wealth management apps have got ton of features, have got ton of facts, which makes it very complex for the end user for whom the app or the software is actually developed. So in order to solve all these problems, we are a one-stop solution for your finance. If you want to get hand-holding, customizing, personalized support when it comes to making financial decisions and personal wealth management services. Also, if you are irritated by speculative finance news, you can come on to us for our analytical and trustworthy finance news, which is supported by a trustometer. Also, we have got some practical gamifying and analytical courses on finance and technology. This is our value proposition and customer profile. As you can see, the functional job is basically that people learn about finance, which according to my survey, my ground level survey, shows that the people who are financially literate end up becoming more successful than those who are not. Also, financial literacy, according to my survey, online as well as offline, is directly linked to mental health. This satisfies the functional, emotional, and social jobs in many ways, which you can look into here. Also, the brain creators and the pain relievers are present out here, which have been discussed before. So our key activities will be providing quality courses, personal finance management, and authentic news. And the value proposition is basically premium and quality services, which are extremely personalized, customized, with hand-holding support. Also, in order to make our business model, in order to make our venture sustainable, so that we can create that customer experience and hold on to them and actually add value in their life instead of just providing them some services, we have got some inflows via paid courses, basic and premium subscription, whose details I'll be sharing soon. Advertisement and referral partners, you can also check out our fixed costs and variable costs, which will be determined after we go on the MVP. That is why I have not listed that down right now, because I don't want to work on a guesstimate. I want to be sure about what I do. The market size is, as you know, extremely big. Every finance enthusiast will be interested in this because this is quality. We won't sell anything. We'll sell quality. We'll sell less, but we'll sell quality. Of course, our competitive advantage, because of this market size, we have got many competitors. However, I would like to confirm this fact that we have got no direct competition because no one is providing one-stop solution to finance, a one-stop shop for finance. Also, great companies compete with themselves. So I would like to move forward to the competitive advantage. As I said before, hand-holding support, customized, personalized approach towards solving the customer problem, which is our area of center. Also, the finance news will have a trustometer. It will be powered by AI as well as financial advisors, and the personal wealth management services will be powered by financial advisor services, which comes along with the membership benefits also. Thank you very much. I would also like to thank Clever Harvey, Multiply Ventures, and IIT Guwahati for providing me with this awesome opportunity to test myself. Thank you for this learning experience. Also, Arihan Soog is not present out here, and this belongs equally to him as it belongs to me.
The primary question which arises here is, how do your company define financial literacy? When you mention that you are working on the subject of financial literacy, what is the turning point where a person becomes financially literate? So there must be an end goal of a customer who uses your platform, customers. So what is the customer's end goal which you are targeting to?
So the customer end goal is extremely customized. This will be in-house team. The customer, before selling any product or service, we won't influence them. We'll give them a free financial advisor check, which costs around 8 to 10,000 rupees in India. We'll give them that free of cost and then provide them what they need in association with the financial advisor who was given the duty to talk with them, get their need, and fulfill the need in the best and the creative way possible. It's not that we'll sell them this, sell them that. We'll know them and we'll sell them what they need.
So yeah, I mean, I really like the idea and the pitch. Again, something we came across. Sham and I came across a similar one earlier as well. But you mentioned three verticals: news, courses, and personal wealth management. I feel that each one of it is a product of its own. So which one will you be prioritizing?
So as I said, the ultimate goal of a venture is to become a one-stop solution for finance. But to start with, what I have thought and strategized is, we'll start with the financial advisor service, which will be in correlation with the courses. And also, people can opt for the personal wealth management services if they are satisfied with the courses. So that is the point of time where we can put in this personal wealth management services and then create an entire empire about this one-stop financial solution.
Just another final one, maybe. So, financial advisor seems like a great place to start with. What significance of technology and maybe AI would you try to implement?
AI will have a primary role, sir. After anyone gets into this, AI will have a primary role in case of data analytics, consumer analytics, and all those things, all those tech things. But this is available everywhere, right? Or this can be easily added on. So that human element, because see, in finance, the first thing which anyone has to crack is trust. If there's no trust, there's no data encryption, nothing will be done. We'll make trust, and for that, we have got this human element into play. I'm very flexible towards any other point of view, any other solution which solves this problem in a very good way, because sir, I've faced this problem personally. I'm a school-going student. I've seen many people going bankrupt. I was even reading about this Sushil Kumar who won that KBC 5 but ended up being bankrupt because he did not know how to invest, no basic financial knowledge. And finance is something which will scale, which is here for a good point of time.
I would say also a morally good space to work in. Okay, thank you. No more questions from our side.
So have you ever found it difficult to decipher what a tourist guide is saying, or had a problem getting the knowledge you deserve about a tourist spot due to his voice and imperfections? If they just tell nonsense with a beautiful voice, they cannot keep your attention longer than a couple of minutes. Don't you feel confused and then irritated by lack of professionalism? What makes you angry more? It's the last thing you would want to do. Well, we have the solution to your problems. Our Team Travel Learn and our app acts as a virtual tourist guide which narrates facts about the tourist place that you are touring, filled with verified and accurate factoids in 7 different Indian and international languages without the typical hassle and chaos one experiences. We plan on partnering with the government later on to spread awareness and revolutionize the tourism industry by eliminating the fake and unverified information out there, which is experienced by majority of the tourists.
So this slide is about the idea description. It showcases about our target audience and what is our app's purpose and what root problem it addresses. This one is the customer profile. This addresses the gains and the pains and the jobs. This is the value proposition canvas. This showcases our products and services. That is the map-based and the audio-based app that we are launching, and the game creators and the pain relievers. This is the business model. On the left side, you can see the expenses, and on the right side, you can see the income. And this is the revenue model. This shows the revenue that where we are getting our revenue from.
So this is a customer channel which consists of sales, direct and communication channel. Sales channel consists of app and website. Direct channel consists of own app and websites. Communication channel consists of advertising and social media platform. Next is our customer relationship, which consists of long-term, personal, self-service, and co-creation relationship. Long-term is all about providing extra knowledge and fun facts. Personal relation is about customer service. Self-service relationship is about our app will provide the necessary means of customers to help themselves, and in co-creation will take feedback. Next is the key activities which are needed for the development of our app. It includes research, maintenance, manufacturing, and marketing. And next is the key resources, which are physical, intellectual, human, and financial resource. And physical resource, it includes knowledge-based material, office for operating services and all. Intellectual resource includes trademark and licensing. Human resource includes employees, and financial resource includes in-app advertisements, revenue from social media, and etc. Next is our key partners, which are government and non-governmental. Government partners includes governmental partnership with governmental associations for company growth. Non-governmental partnership includes partnership with travel book publishers, newspaper clubs, and etc. So this is a fixed and variable cost. Fixed cost consists of app development, legal fees, internet costs, fixed salaries, and variable cost consists of research facilities and advertisements. This is our fixed cost to variable cost conversion. This is a cost structure which consists of materials, office space, human resource, customer service, and marketing team.
So these are our competitors, we being the first of our kind in this industry. We do not have any direct competitors, but indirect ones whose business aspect might overlap with ours. To conclude, we do not have any direct competitors, just these famous websites that are in the same industry but do different things. And this is our business model canvas for you to view our summary of the PPT.
My first question is, you mentioned advertisements, in-app advertisements for revenue. So what kind of advertisements would be relevant for the user segment of your product?
So the advertisements that would be at par with our user segment will basically include restaurants that are nearby to the place you're actually visiting, along with also advertisements from travel agencies and hotels, and also local shops that are there.
Also, can you please elaborate on the long-term membership relationship with your customers? Like, how is that relevant, given that traveling is a sort of seasonal thing?
So the long-term relationship with our customers, as a kid, I experienced that a lot of my friends used to go on vacation, say every month or every 3 weeks over the weekend for 2 to 3 days to places like Agra or Jaipur. And there are many tourist spots there. And even though the government provides you with like verified tourist guides, there are a lot of tourists there with fake IDs. So our app eliminates that. And the long-term relationship with our clients is that to gain their trust in terms of verified information that they will believe in. And this is not just for seasonal tourists, but tourists that, actually want to gain knowledge about tourist places.
In the long-term investments, first we are going to introduce the premium version. Those who are traveling a lot with us, it can be short distances too, like not far from home, near places they can visit. As in Google Maps, it's a little bit difficult sometimes. They show a lot of like wrong things. So we'll be like certifying all that things. And also if the travelers have traveled a lot with us and have gained knowledge accordingly, so we'll be introducing a premium version, and they are going to get a lot of more company and customer service accordingly, and gifts and rewards too.
I think my question would be, what do you think is the future of your app? It started out as a auxiliary service to tourists, traveling maybe a historic site. What do you think will be the next steps of your app?
In my opinion, the next step will be to help all these locals that are there at tourist spots to advertise their, hotels or small PGs, because not everyone can afford, those expensive hotels like Taj, Marriott, Trident, and all of those major hotels. So it will do work at the ground level for promoting the small businesses that locals have and they provide. So, for example, I went to Coorg over the summer, and there were a lot of hotels that were there, small hotels that I saw, which did not have a lot of advertising, and they were empty because people did not have awareness about that. To help and create more employment opportunities for these people that are there at the local level and are not, very technological, very tech savvy in terms of this. So we'll create a database first with our virtual and digital travel guide, and further venture into that category of business.
The uncertainty of the outcome of presenting a business idea is enough to send even grown adults into bouts of nervousness. But what if the source of this nervousness was eliminated and you were provided with a form of security irrespective of the outcome? Respected investors, that is exactly what CoinSure does. For those who are still confused, no, we don't provide bodyguards for hire. We are an app that provides insurance and cryptocurrency related thefts and scams while providing brokerage for buying and selling of these assets while offering free, reliable, legal crypto related advice to its users.
The market we belong to is a highly volatile market where millionaires are created and destroyed faster than Domino's guaranteed delivery time. Cryptocurrency markets are decentralized, which means they're not issued or backed by any central authority. This global cryptocurrency market is estimated to reach $2,302 million by 2028. The market stood at a revenue of $1,542 million in the year 2021. This is a testament to the rapid growth of this market.
Although this growth rate might seem very appealing, but this market has its own fair share of prevalent malpractices. CoinSure provides you the irreplaceable security, which is a rare asset you imperatively require. The security, surety, and safety all in an app. It is estimated that over 100 million people, that is 7.3% of India's total population, currently invests actively in cryptocurrency. Indian investors have lost approximately 1,000 crore Indian rupees to fake crypto exchanges, with crypto scammers using a wide range of deceptive techniques. Thus, we believe that our app is the need of the hour, as it is a surety of your security.
Thus, we present to you CoinSure, a crypto insurance company. Necessity is the mother of invention. Hence, the prevalent problems of the crypto market, risk of investment, scams and thefts, lack of crypto-related knowledge, and an unreliable source of advice inspired us to come up with innovative solutions such as guaranteed insurance provided, secure trading, free advice offered on the app, protection from cyber attacks, and verified sources for investment.
The CoinSure app is user-friendly, inclusive, and based on a freemium model. Further, our value proposition comprises of insurance on a fixed dividend, free crypto-related advice, brokerage, and a strictly practiced code of conduct. Our key activities are providing insurance in crypto, free brokerage, using our key resources like a navigable app, crypto-related necessities, employees, and capital resources, with our key partners being individuals investing in crypto market, enterprises, and investment firms.
Business model is that of a scalable startup. Our major source of capital is through advertising, insurance money, brokerage, and commission. There are over 300 million users investing in this ever-growing market. So therefore, the market validation is immensely profitable. Survival of the fittest is a phrase that is equally applicable for jungles as well as the trading world. Lloyd's, Gotham, and B3I are competitors that we need to surpass. Our app is accessible, multi-purpose, and we provide discount on brokerage if insurance is available. Therefore, the surety, security, and safety all in an app. That is CoinSure.
Why a customer should believe that this is not just another scam? At this point of time in crypto industry, it is very hard to build the trust of the customer. Before even putting my money onto some platform which I don't trust, like this is the question which bothers many crypto investors as of now because of the dwindling economy and dwindling crypto assets. So how will you tackle this trust problem?
So first, we would like to talk about the brand value and the brand credibility. So first, we would like to build trust with our customers, having direct relationships, and by promoting our brand value. Second of all, no scam would put so much thought into devising the insurance policies. Since we already mentioned in our pitch deck that we would be providing you insurance dividends based on different cryptocurrency types. So all those policies would be extremely well thought, and you would consult professionals as you would take them as our key partners and also take credible guidance from sources as well as firms that are highly applicable and excelling in this particular field. So therefore, our credibility would not be at stake since you would have very reliable source of information and policies that are extremely well thought and intricately designed.
I saw a lot of solutions and the solutions you had presented. You claim it's an insurance app, but there are other features as well. Which one do you seem to prioritize again? Because I mean, it seems like I'm repeating this question, but I just want to understand what is the core of the app rather than a lot of features being present.
So definitely, because like in our description, we mentioned that it is a crypto insurance company. So that is the main priority and the main aspect that we'll be looking at. And then the other features like the app, the free advice, brokerage, all of these are additional features that makes our company unique because you have all of these features in one app. It's accessible, it's easier, and it's multi-purpose. It's easier for the customers to access all of these things. So yeah, our main priority would be providing insurance, but all of these other aspects are basically adding value to our company.
The decentralized crypto market, right? It is famous for its anonymity, right? How will you make sure that the customer who is registered on your platform has those particular assets? Is the actual owner of those assets?
As a process of granting access to our users to access our services, we would do something called a credibility check. And that credibility check would cross-verify all the assets they own versus our own. And since cryptocurrency itself is a ledger-based, decentralized form of currency, so it is not involved any centralized mediums. Therefore, the ledger is an extremely credible source of information that is accessible worldwide, and all the users of cryptocurrency have access to that ledger, hence granting you any protection against all these scams and identity phishing, which you're talking about. I hope that answers your question.
Hi, I am Guwahati from Ghati, which is a GPS band. And our tagline is safety in your hands. This is a table of our content. This is our logo. So mainly what our logo presents is how our product is connected with technology. The line around our G presents how our product is connected with technology. And Ghati, the font presents how cool our product is. Ghati itself a name which includes guard, which means guarding yourself. Parents, tired of children getting lost. Ever thought how easy would it be if you could just track your child? Exactly. That's what Ghati provides you. GPS band which helps you track your child. And children want to look cool. Honestly, who doesn't? Well, our brands are customizable, so you can show off with different cartoon bands by ensuring your safety. Mainly in today's world, the problem is children are getting lost very frequently. Kidnappings are happening, and mainly these things are happening in major cities such as Mumbai and Delhi because of high population there. So mainly what our product does for you is ensure your safety. We provide you with a solution. Our target audience is parents and children. So the total population of parents and children in India itself is 607 million. So our market is wide. And our competition is surprisingly no one yet. The product overview. So it's a GPS tracker which ensures safety and is pocket friendly, which attracts parents towards it. And it ensures safety, of course, customizable, cool and good looking, which attracts children towards it. This is our value proposition. So game creators are GPS tracker, user friendly, customizable, Pain relievers are lightweight, long-lasting battery, and it ensures safety. This is our monthly cost, fixed and variable cost. Let me cut it into short. So our fixed cost is 1,80,100 and our variable cost will be 7,39,000. So our total cost is 9,19,100. Mainly, we are thinking to reach a break-even point first and then making 3,000 units per month with an MRP of 499 and the cost it takes us is 306.4 rupees. So the profit we will make is 192.6 per unit. This is our revenue streams, our outlet, website, customization, delivery, WhatsApp, Amazon, Flipkart. And if it succeeds, then we will reach out to more things like Amazon and Flipkart. This is our business model representing cash inflow and outflow. This is our business model. Though I highlighted many things mentioned here, I would only highlight our key partners, which will be cartoon industries such as Disney and Google Maps.
Nice pitch. Really like the enthusiasm. First question that stood out to me was, how are you bringing on the cartoon industry into your product?
We will take the stickers too. We will ask for the stickers and permissions and everything for like sticking it on. And mainly the band, it will be made out of rubber. So it will be really easy for us to carve the cartoons and do stuff on that. And even we can just print it on the like rubber band which we are making. So it will be really easy. Especially, we will see what kids are liking, what they like. Like most of people right now likes anime or Doraemon or anything. So we are focusing on taking those things into our products. Many brands, they don't do it yet. So it's really a new concept. And mainly just because for the safety, parents will be tension free, and for the cartoons and the good looking children will be happy. So our target audience is right here.
You mentioned a cost analysis. I think it was around something like 300 and so on. How did you arrive at that number?
That's actually, we just assume the values. So we saw whatever variable cost and fixed costs will be needed, and we looked at to some website, did some of our primary and secondary research by asking our parents and Google itself about how much does it even cost for people to rent stuff, or how much property tax or whatever cost it requires. And from that we just added values and we came across like what the total cost will be, and then we calculated how much we will be need to at least get a break even and then increase a profit. Like 3,000 as we are claiming it, we have a whole research behind it.
You just mentioned, I think twice or thrice, that you have a pretty clear idea about what your target audience is. Can you just spell it out for me? Who is your target customer?
It's children and parents. It's clear that it's children and parents because parents want to ensure safety, right? There are many cases of kidnapping happening in our surroundings as well. So mainly parents are targeted so that they get attracted by our product and give it to their children. And why would children wear it? Even they need a reason to wear it. That's why we are adding cartoons and creative designs and bands so that they get attracted to our product as well and they find it cool looking. So we want to be the next trend in India itself.
The reason why I asked that question was because your target customer is of course parents and your target user is children. When the consumer is someone who pays for your product, so it will be the parent, and the user is someone who uses your product, so it will be the children. And now when you have a different target customer and a different target user, there will be many things like in the stages of product development and product validation, you will be more focused on your target user. But when you are selling your product, you will be more focused on your target customer, and you will have to juggle the needs of both. So my previous question was, do you have that clarity of thought? Like, are you not confused with both of these different segments?
No, we are not, because we know what parents need is mainly they want their child to be secure and to be safe. They don't care about cartoons, like how the band will be unless it's comfortable to their children and it possesses no harm to them. So we know that real clearly. That's why we are providing safety and assurance for our safety and everything. That's what parents need as per our research and everything. Like we conducted surveys, right? And what children need is to be looking cool, right? They can wear anything until and unless it's trend. Like, come on, take the fidget spinner trend. Maybe it's for people with something, but people took it as a trend and they wore it. So for parents, the main motive of them buying our product is safety. And for children, it is how cool it makes them look. So it's solving both of their problems. And this is actually a main need. And no one did anything for kidnappings yet. or people getting lost. So, it's a really fresh idea to represent.
Great to spend my Sunday morning with such young and great ideas actually. As I mentioned, I'm a part of my college CSL, and we do the same thing. We try to tinker with ideas, and the best part was seeing similar mindsets and similar ideas being repeated, and even probably in some cases being better than what we came up with when we were dealing with them. Also, great to see how you are actually implementing real practices that people use in product management or consulting industry, like talking to the user, doing the groundwork, making a cost analysis, doing all of this for your own idea at such a young age is a great thing. And I think this was a great experience for you to understand how, in a limited attention span, you have to maximize the content you give out. And from next time, obviously, pitching gets better only when you keep doing it repeatedly. Just keep working on your idea, keep talking to your users, and keep participating in competitions like these, and you'll definitely get better. And the experience will make it all worth it.
Thank you so much, Sahil. Sham, we'd all love to hear from you as well now.
Yeah, so I have the same feelings as Sahil when it comes to Sunday mornings, but no, I'm actually glad I was part of this. Sahil actually told me only a couple of days ago that there is this exciting competition and we are invited to judge it. To be very honest, you guys like have exceeded my expectations by a mile, I would say, because at this age, at your age, I didn't know any of it. I even after coming into ESL, even in my first year at ESL, I was not very familiar with the terms which you have been fluently using. So when I actually saw the inspiration behind these ideas, when I actually saw that the work which you guys have put in, it's remarkable. It's inspiring. It's like it made me want to start up tomorrow. So this Sunday morning has been very fruitful for me. I would just like to point it out. And if you guys even just keep doing what you are doing, right? You don't have to do anything extraordinary or anything. Keep thinking out of the box. Just keep thinking about the ideas and the evolution of your product. Some of you might be the next unicorns, or even, let's say, if you don't want to go there, the whole idea of entrepreneurship is about independence. It's about freedom. When you start a startup, it's not about I want to build $1 million or $1 billion startups. It's about I want to work on my own terms. I want to build something. I want to solve a problem in my society. So whatever little or whatever work which you put in, it never goes to waste. Either you learn something, either you build something. It's always going to be there with you. Those experiences are always going to be there with you. All the best for your startups. All the best for your ideas.
The second runner-up is a tie between two teams. The first one is Survey King, led by Arnav Java and Shreya Joshi, and team Travel Learn. Congrats to Duke Shah, Kritika Mondal, and Arjun Jetli. So congrats, guys.
Thank you, judges.
Awesome.
Great. And next up, we've got the first runner-up. It was quite a fascinating idea, this one, Hippos mocktail. Congrats to Redansh Kumar and Sridabi. It was really fun listening to you guys, and the level of research you put into it was amazing. Congrats, guys, once again. And finally, the much awaited position, the winner of today's competition is Fingro. Hearty congratulations to Aditya for an inspiring pitch. Great to see you, Aditya. And it was really nice to see the level of research and the level of planning you've already put into it at this stage. So all the very best for the future, and really excited to see all of your products being launched, and hopefully you'll let us know when that happens. We'll be your beta testers or the first users maybe.